Now that you have your actions loaded into Photoshop Elements, it's really simple to use them. You just find the action that you want to use on your image and press play. Now, as much as we'd like these actions to be a magic pill for our images, they're not. Sometimes the action you run won't work on an image, or it'll need some adjusting before it's going to make the image look any better. And I'm going to show you how that works. So the first thing, if we want to run an action on our image, we find the one we want to run and we just press play. So I'm going to run perfect white balance and press play. Now on this action, it's telling us to use the gray point eyedropper and click in the middle of the solid colored image. Press continue to move forward. So we just press continue, we're going to choose this middle eyedropper and we're going to press on the image. And that's going to white balance the image. Now, if I didn't like the white balance of this image, I could adjust the opacity. I can make it stronger by going up, or I could take it away by going down. I liked where it was, so I'm going to keep it at 50%. The next thing I'm going to run on this image is the pop whites. This action is for images that were taken on a white background. Since this is Photoshop Elements, this is the best solution that we have for making the backgrounds white. In the full version, if you had Photoshop Creative Cloud, I have a great action called White and Whites, and it's nice because it only affects the white parts of the image. It doesn't affect the actual image. And you'll see what I mean after we run this. I'm going to go ahead and press play. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this white dropper and we're going to drop it in the middle of where the white is on our image. And we're going to press OK. So as you can see, that made the image much brighter, but it also affected our alligator a little bit too. And some areas of the alligator up here appear overexposed. So now we need to adjust this. And there's a couple ways we could do this. One, like I showed you with the perfect white balance, we could adjust the opacity. And we could bring the opacity down, but that's also going to bring the opacity down on the background. And I like the way it made this background nice and white. So I just want to bring down the opacity on the alligator. So that's really simple. We're going to use this layer mask. A layer mask, when it's white, means that it's showing the effect of the adjustment layer. When a layer mask is black, it means that it's hiding parts of the adjustment layer. So all we have to do is, with a black brush, paint over this alligator to get parts of the effect off of him in the areas that are overexposed. So you want to make sure that you have your brush tool selected, and you want to make sure that your active color in your swatches is black. So you can really easily reset your swatches to white and black by pressing D on your keyboard. Then you can press X on your keyboard, and that's going to make black the active color. I'm going to keep the opacity of my brush at 20% because I just want to gradually brush off the areas that are overexposed. Because I did like how it did brighten up the alligator, but I just don't want it to be overexposed. So I just simply brush over the areas that I wasn't happy with, and as you can see, that hid part of the effect off of the alligator. Now if I go too far and I want to bring back some of the effect, I can just press X on my keyboard, which will make white the active color, and now I can paint back over the alligator to bring back some of that brightness. So that's how you use an action in a nutshell. In the next videos, I'm going to go through completely editing several different types of product photos to help you get a grasp on how you can best use these actions for your photos.